Wrestling starts when you're 5, 6 years old now to really be successful.
Right.
You have to be an athlete to pull someone out of the hallways. And honestly, one of the most glorious things as a coach is when you're able to get that kid out of the hallway and really just from start to finish, see them through it and to help them find their success.
Oh yeah, we had a kid years ago at Howell. His name was Xavier Kelly, and he started wrestling as a freshman. He was wrestling in AC twice. I mean, the kid was just a freak. He was a freak, but he was very coachable. He had his own wheelhouse. He had like this crazy grip strength. He was super athletic.
But now you
I ended up
find the
running into him at
balance.
the wall tournament, by the way. Yeah. His girlfriend's brother wrestles for Predator, so I got to see him, and it just came full circle. I'm like, dude, get down here, bro. Get in the corner, dude. You know what's going on.
It's tough finding that balance, though. Like, you don't want to burn the kid out, right? That starts at 5.
Right.
So, like, I think you do a great job of keeping it really light, especially for Jack. I don't know what you do with Parker, but you keep it light and fun. You're not so focused on, you got to be first. You got to win.
It's incredible how different your kids are too. Like,
yeah.
However
Jack
you
wants to
approach
win
one
too, though. Like,
but Dave
he
doesn't
put his
put
foot
that
on the gas
pressure
a little
on
bit
him.
more with Jack than he did with Parker.
But you don't put that pressure on him like that. Like, I see parents like, bro, there was a kid coming off the mat right before Johnny's son JP's match that was screaming, crying. And the dad was right behind him, screaming at him. Like, bro, what are you doing? The kid's going through it. Maybe the kid was 8.
Yeah.
Like, the kid's going through it. Hey, you need to make it worse while he's walking away, throwing his headgear, screaming and crying. Yeah. Like, just calm down. Be a little bit of a comfort. And you do a good job of that.
I mean, I've had, 20 years of experience in trying to reflect on, like, what's the purpose of wrestling? And it's really, my approach as coaching is my job is to try to help kids find their success. Yeah. And success is something different for every kid. I mean, ultimately, the goal in wrestling is to get your hand raised. I mean, and really, that's really the goal in any aspect of life. I mean, if you weren't successful in your line of work, what would you be?
Yeah.
Unemployed, right? If you weren't successful in selling mortgages, you wouldn't be able to provide for your family. So ideally, try to use wrestling to to instill the work, the values, and find every kid's individual success and help them figure out how they can be successful. I mean, winning's a cornerstone, and that's because that's the one way you can measure success. It just isn't. You don't measure it the same way with every kid. Right. So I've been able to kind of use that with my own kids. That gauge where they're at and where they should be and try to use that to, and I know as they got better and better, we put the foot to the gas a little bit, but ultimately it's when they're not successful, they're dealing with it internally.
100%.
I mean, for me to, and I'll give a little feedback and then I'll try to remind myself, like, now is not the time.
There you go.
I'll tell my son, like, you can't rest on bottom. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. We'll figure it out later.
Exactly. But that reminds me, Frankie Edgar was sitting here, and he said that he'll say to his kids, it's not about winning, it's about wanting and trying to win. And that really resonated with me. And especially these young people now, they think that they just have to win, win, win. And I've been saying for a long time that the real wins come off the mat. The real wins come when you're 25 years old and now you're out in the workforce and you're looking around, you're out working all these people.